I'm speaking a little bit louder because in order to do this wonderful Facebook Live opportunity for you, I need to be further away from my laptop in order to allow you to see all of this beautiful Celtic lap harp. I'm going to just have to come up real close, real quick, to set down my mouse and then double check that we're recording properly. And I'll sit back down and then we'll go forward. Okay. So, all right. This is the big reveal. And I am so excited to be able to show you my new Vivid Color Sonnet lap harp from Music Makers. And their online link for any of their social media is at HarpKit, HARPKIT. The luthier, Luthier, I know I keep spelling all these things, but I'm not sure you can understand my accent. So the luthier who built this beauty, his name is Jacob Nelson, and between Jacob and Matt and a few other people over at Music Makers, they stayed in touch with me the entire time this gorgeous instrument was being made. Now, to give a bit of background on it, I have wanted to own a harp and learn to play the harp my entire life. And in 2007, my natural mother passed away, but just prior to her passing away, they offered us a harpist who would come and play for her to gentle that time. So what happened for me was that it really sank deep into my heart that I really wanted to do something like that. I wanted to do something like music therapy. And now I do sing. I sing in church. I've been trained to sing. And thank you very much to an amazing choral director, Ray Sheehan, who I went to high school, and he was wonderful. And I even had an amazing private lessons a lot with my junior high teacher too, and she was pretty amazing as well. Her name was Patricia Deck. And so those people were stunning in my life. But it was never an opportunity for me to have enough funds to be able to buy a harp. So let me tell you a little bit of the, I suppose it would be a little bit of an emotional journey to getting this harp. My stepmom, who was a wonderful and one of my dearest friends in the world, she passed away recently. And she surprised me with a gift that I did not know about. And that was to get me a harp. And so after her passing, the beautiful thing is that she gave me the opportunity, to think about her regularly as I learned to play this harp. And it was something so incredible that, I had no idea that it was coming. And I hope that I can pay that forward to someone else through playing the harp for them in harp therapy, which you will all laugh uproariously about because I don't know how to play this instrument yet. I do play piano, but I only took 2 years of formal piano training. I had a lot more formal vocal training than I did piano, but I do teach my grandsons to play piano. I'm now teaching 3 of them. Cool. Because all I'm good for is a beginning teacher in piano, and everybody knows it. But that's okay, because they have the opportunity to find out if they like the instrument, which, for me, I already knew I loved this instrument. I had touched a couple in my life, literally touched a couple in my life. Went to this wonderful restaurant in Las Vegas called the Bootlegger. I'm actually from Vegas. I don't know if y'all know that or not, but I'm originally from Las Vegas. I was born there, and then I went between Las Vegas and Denver as a kid because my parents did what so many parents did and divorced, right? And the Bootlegger in Las Vegas has a regular Paraguayan master harpist. And I went there just to grab some dinner one night as I was doing elder care for my stepmom. And I grabbed dinner and had no idea I was walking into an actual fine dining experience, and I was a little embarrassed, but they said they had a harpist. So I asked for a table as close as I could, and I was transfixed. Every time I've seen a harp, I've been transfixed. Well, that master harpist was so nice to me. He spent a little bit of his break time. He came over and he sat down at my dinner table and he talked to me about the harp and he talked to me about the differences in harps. And then he invited me up on the stage and I was like, yeah! And he let me touch his harp. And it was so amazing. I already had harp in my soul. Every time a harp sings to me, I am completely transfixed. I'm sure there's things like that in your life too. So that's what kind of happened to me. And I had told my stepmom about it. And it was just, it was kind of fun. And then I took her and my niece out to dinner at that same restaurant just to share with them the experience. And so it was pretty spectacular. And my niece, Destiny, is really cute, and she'll probably kill me, but I have to tell you this because it was so funny. So she said to me that she thought the music was memorizing. And I think she meant mesmerizing. But it was so cute. I couldn't help it. And it was adorable. And so I love her dearly. So anyway, love all my nieces and nephews dearly, but that one was just a precious moment. And just had the opportunity to share truly deep heart best friend, my stepmom, before she passed, and my niece, what a beautiful harp could sound like and look like. And so then I just went on this dream journey. I never ever thought in my wildest dreams that I would ever be able to own a harp, let alone play one, because these are expensive. This one, with all of the things that I did on purpose. I added everything I would ever want on it. I hope. I'll probably figure out something else I want in the future, but at this point, everything I could ever want. And it is a 29-string instrument, and so you get to hear her sing for the first time. I hope she's in tune. It takes about 40 times to tune a harp before they can hold their tune to the best, because they climatize to your environment. Well, I have a little problem right now in that I'm in an Airbnb, and don't you love my green screen behind me? It's actually a forest green wall. But I'm in an Airbnb, which is a cute one-bedroom apartment, while I'm awaiting the birth of my 8th grandchild. And I've been social distancing and I've been self-isolating down here as per Texas law. I'm in Austin at the moment. And I'm in this little area called the Domain. Well, the thing that's different between the Domain in Austin, Texas, and Missoula, Montana, where I normally live, is this thing called humidity. And I don't know if you can tell or not, but my hair is about 3 times the volume it usually is. And so my harp is being tuned to the climate here. So when I go back to Missoula, I'll probably go through another, I'm not sure, I mean, I'm new to harp, so, but it's been a dream, so I'm doing this. And I'm tuning it to now, so it's been tuned about 20 times over the last couple days since I got her, which is one of the reasons why I kind of waited to come on and show everybody. And the reason is that a harp, once you get a brand new harp, has to do a thing called belly up. So let me play just the first glissando for you, and then I'll try to pick out a tune, and I'll explain why in a minute. And then I will just chat a little more with you, and then I'll try to get a little just read your. But to tell you the truth, I can't see them from here, so forgive me. I am very nearsighted, even with glasses on. So hey, all right. So here's the first glissando. You hold the strings, or you gently place your fingers on the strings. Only 4 fingers go on. I've been learning this online. Amazing things you can do when self-quarantined, right? Because this is the time that we can follow our hobbies or dreams and learn something new, so I hope you'll do that too. All right, anyway, so to pluck the strings, basically your fingers are supposed to be ever so slightly curled, but your little pinky's never used, and then you pull. Yep, she's already going out of tune. But you pull her strings towards you. So listen to her sing, because you're going to help me name her. And here's a glissando, right? And to tune her, what I do is, this was wonderful. There is a wonderful online harp teacher, and I've been taking some of her free classes online so far. And she told me about Piano Tuner, which I hope you can see this. It's just an app on my, here I'll come up just a tad. It's just an app on my phone, and it will tell you if it is in tune. And so here we go. Oh, look at that, our low string is still in tune. Woohoo! All right, so this is how I've been tuning her over the last couple of days to help me get her ready for you. And then I'm going to show you really quick. I do come closer to the screen again, and it's ever so imperceptible. It's called bellying up, and she's only just beginning to belly up. And so if you see her here, this part right where the strings attach, where these little eyelets are, those protect the strings from rubbing the wood. But this is ever so imperceptible, and it's beginning to get a little bit of an arc to it. So if I hold her as flat as I can for you, you can ever so slightly see that bellying up. And Mary Kay, I see you said, love hearing how the harp claimed you. I have a certain piece of music that does that, and glad you claimed yours. Oh, thank you. I'm also going to show you some neat elements here, and then I'll show you the surprise, okay? So right here, this is a pickup, which means I can plug it into an amplifier, and that is an additional feature, and I did that because my dreams are to not only do music for myself, but also then take it to people who are maybe sick or dying and do the music therapy. I bet that's probably a couple of years down the road because I have to get decent at it before anybody's going to want to hear me do it. But then additionally, I want to be able to play it in church or maybe weddings of families and friends and, you know, things like that. But I need a pickup for an amplifier to be able to do that. So that's a really cool feature. So in addition, Jacob texted me through the whole process. They are so amazing. Oh my gosh. At HarpKit or Music Makers online. And so I now have a strap, like a guitar strap, with pegs that he put in for me so that, you can kind of see it from this side, so that I can let it simply rest on me and I can hold it while I'm playing. I'm going to kind of hunch down with my knees. I wouldn't normally do this, but, and so now I can put my hands on the strings, and this is I can only pluck it for you because I'm still learning how to play, but there was a song that I don't even know if it exists. It's just been in my head, but it started out, oops, sorry. And that's it. That's all. It's just in my head. And I don't know why it's there. It just started when I was tuning her. And I just kind of went down the... And you can see if I were to play this properly, I would need to have my elbows up, my 3, 2, and 1 fingers go on the strings, and your thumbs go up. And so this is why I didn't do it properly for you, because I'm not comfortable in those positions yet. I will be. I promise you I will be. But these are the levers up here, or lever. It's just, I don't know how you say it. This is how I say it. I also say bake and take and rig, and people don't have a clue that I'm saying T-A-G, R-A-G, B-A-G. But, you know, so lever to me. Lever. The red strings are C's, the blue strings are F's, and then all the other notes in between are white. And so the red, the blue, the red, the blue, it just follows all the way through. So it starts on, this is the C, this is middle C, and low C. And it has 1, 2, 3, where's my other red? 4, 5 octaves, which is pretty spectacular for a lap harp. Most of lap harps are 22 to 26 strings, and that's why I decided on this one. And the second reason I decided on this one was the incredible, gorgeous, vivid colors that were available. Oh my gosh, there's red, green, blue, yellow, purple, and they're working on other colors. So you can talk to them and find out if you would like one. I paid a little over $2,600 for everything that I wanted. I found a discount for 10%. Christy Lynn had a discount up that she was doing. And then just the month that I was ordering, literally I was online in March about to order, and they started a special, and I think they were trying to offer something special for this time while everybody is having to isolate, and it gave me a 10% discount. So that gives you kind of an idea of how much a beautiful lap harp would cost. There are other companies that you can get lap harps for a few $100s and up. I did a lot of research and chose not to buy. There's lap harps that you can get from, I'm going to tell you the wrong country, but over there they look gorgeous, but they cannot hold a tune or a string properly, and people are very, very unhappy with them. So I learned about that. Oh, Pakistan, that's where they're from. I learned about that, and not to get one of those if I really meant to do something musically with it, and I didn't want it just for a beautiful, display item or decoration. So I wanted it for actual music. So that's why I chose this particular one. It really met not only all my needs for music, but it just grabbed my heart in the way it looked. It weighs about 9.5 pounds or so. Maybe mine is slightly higher because I not only had the pickup put in it, but are you ready? Drum roll. And yes, you do drum on your for music. You can be playing it. But here we go. Here we go. It has lights. Ta-da! And so it's really wonderful if I want to practice at night, or a lot of times indoors is really dark. The proper way to do it, harpists often have to look at their strings. I read that in a book. I'm so excited about that because I thought I was going to be a bad harpist because I was always looking. And what you do is you never use your pinky. You pull your finger across the side of the pad and then straight back into your palm, and your thumb, I didn't even show you that correctly because your thumb is supposed to be up high. So you pull it back and your little finger goes with that fourth finger. And then your thumb closes so that it ends up looking like this when you're done. You're supposed to have just a slight, I'll do this hand. You're supposed to have a slight, not a giant, but a slight arc in your wrist. Your elbow is supposed to be raised, and then your thumb is raised. And so what this does is it's supposed to protect you from injury. So I'm going to have to do a lot of work on learning these positions and holding them. And one of the things I've noticed that I do is I grip onto the strings. I'm positive you're not supposed to do. So getting used to it. How tightly do I hold on? Those are things I think I will pay for a teacher to help me with technique and things like that a little bit into the future. But for the time being, this is the perfect hobby to have while I am isolated. But I know a lot of people think that I'm super, I don't know what's the word, outgoing or gregarious. I am kind of gregarious, but what a lot of people don't know about me is that I'm actually more introverted. And an introvert doesn't mean you don't like to talk or chat or enjoy or laugh. An introvert just means that you get your energy from being more alone and more quiet, and then you can go back out with the crowd. And so people ask me a lot of times, will you you get up on stage and you talk and you sing and you don't mind, playing an instrument or whatever. No, I don't. But this is the funniest experience I ever had with my daughter on trying to explain myself. I told her, an audience is like all the ingredients of a cookie. And when you put all those ingredients together, you have this delicious result of a cookie. It's one cookie. I can handle that. But it's really hard when you go out into, massive crowds and there's a lot of chaos and all that kind of stuff. And I just figured God made me that way. But I tell you, if you get me alone in a coffee house or, something like that, we won't shut up for hours because it's one-on-one and I'm learning from you and enjoying your company. So that's why one of the prizes of this harp naming contest is going to be a 15-minute Zoom chat with me. And I was thinking about it. I'll probably do first, second, and third place. You're all going to get a 15-minute Zoom chat from me because I really enjoy getting to know you. And I thought that would be a kind of fun way to do it. And you can ask me any questions, and I'll do my best to answer. I don't necessarily know that I'll know the answer, but I'll sure try. One of the things I love doing is teaching. I like teaching online. I like teaching in person. I love seeing, and I like teaching adults more than children, to be honest. I'm not great with teaching kids. I'm great with teaching a topic I know to adults because I love seeing those light bulbs go on and I love seeing them into immediate action. I'm much more of a self-starter. I like to do things until I master them. I really enjoy that. So that's why this beautiful instrument is kind of a hobby for me because I am a learner and I love doing that. So the other prize for the first prize is I'm going to give away mail order standoff, a copy of this to the first prize winner. And this one, I'm hiding everybody's names, I'm sorry. This one has 4 stories and it's from Barber Publishing and the mail order standoff. And it is with me. I have my story in there. It's called Right on Time, and it takes you back in history to the time when our country, and in fact Canada and North America, got together. All of the train companies, railroads and all that got together and created our time zones. So it's really kind of fun because there's train crashes, all that stuff in it, right? And then Margaret Brownlee is one of the other authors, and her book is called Pistol Packin' Bride. So, and then The Bride Who Declined is by Susan Page Davis, and Twice the Trouble by Vicki McDonough. So this is the prize, first place prize for the harp naming contest, and also a 15-minute Zoom chat. And then second and third prize, people will get those 15-minute Zoom chats as well. So I think they're fun. And then if you want to take part in the harp naming contest, I have decided it's going to go through April 30th. Originally it was going through April 20th. And then all of this stuff kind of went on, and I needed to drive from Montana to Texas. And then I needed to have my harp shipped to Texas instead of Montana. And all of these things kind of added a little bit of time in, and I wanted to make sure that everybody had the opportunity. Plus, I think we all do need to hear her sing a little bit in order to figure out what her name is. Let's see, a little bit about me and about her. I am taking Scottish Gaelic on Duolingo, and I am Irish and Swedish as a general rule. I did do three different DNA tests to see if they, different companies come out differently, right? I'm a professional genealogist. I have my certifications in methodology already, but I am also getting my certification. I just got my certification also, my specialty, in lecturer, so genealogical lecturer. And that was really, really, really fun and scary because I don't usually get graded on my public speaking, so that was really kind of scary, but it really turned out pretty awesome. Then I will be learning Scottish and Irish tunes for sure. I want to be able to play in Céilís, which are groups, dances or parties where you get together and you do music and singing and dancing. So it's really, I want to be able to do that too. Oh, why not do it all, right? And of course, Muse and Writer is my cat comedy, because Muse, who cannot be here with you right now, and he does send his regrets, is quite a character. So I write historical novels, I do research, I write screenplays, and I have 2 television shows that are right now being pitched through my company, not my company, sorry, I said that wrong, through my managers who signed me for those TV shows, and they are based with genealogy and DNA. And they are, that is 5x5 Productions. And they are just amazing human beings, and they're really fun to work with. Robin, the president of 5x5, and I went to, recently went to Roots Tech. So we did some classes, we did some professional meetings and things like that, so that was pretty spectacular there too. So we have those shows in the works. So now you know about me. I love music. I've been a trained singer and not a very well trained pianist, but enough to be able to practice my music. I'm learning harp. I have Scottish, Irish, English, and Swedish descent. Oh, and there is a Swedish tune in the first book I got too. I'm kind of excited, a couple of them. And she is an American-made by a specialist luthier, 29-string, vivid color sonnet lap harp. Her particular version, there are many, many, is a Celtic lever or lever harp, because of these levers that change the strings. And so, for instance, here is a C natural, and here is a C sharp. So when you change it, it changes the string by half a step. That's why it's called lever or lever harp. And a Celtic harp is a lever harp. Then there are pedal harps, which are usually ginormous, and I couldn't travel with it. And if you know me at all, you know I also travel a lot. I travel for speaking, I travel for education, I travel for kids and family. I'm constantly traveling. So I needed a harp that I could travel with. And so in addition, I'm going to turn her lights off right now. I also speak a little Spanish and have lived in Spain. So there's some other things about me. I just turned off her lights, the lights. So I want to show you something else. Okay, so this is what she looks like on the bottom, and she has a little pad to sit on your lap or on the floor. And I'll show you up here. This is her neck, and on the front of her pillar, she's very unique. This is a one-of-a-kind thing that I put on her because they don't usually, I've got to go the other way, sorry. Mirroring. This is a beautiful mother of pearl. Gosh dang it, I'm going the wrong way for you. There we go. Rose. And so that's unique to her. And a lot of these, trying to get the reflection off of it for you, a lot of these beautiful mother of pearls things are available on Music Makers, but having her with one special like that, it's just for me. And it gives her a little bit of personality. I'll show you, I'm going to set her down carefully over here on a chair. I just want to make sure she won't fall while I show you what else they sent me. They sent me tuning, this is a tuning wrench, and it's just tiny and small, but this fits over to her her tuning pins. Okay, they also sent me this wonderful bag that is, it zips up and she fits in it, and she can go on the plane with me. Whether or not she would actually fit in the overhead, I don't know. That could be iffy. I could buy a seat for her, for sure. The other thing would be looking for a large enough suitcase, that kind of thing. But she can definitely go with me in the backseat of my car. And so that's not a problem there. So this wonderful bag has a shoulder strap and, of course, handles. And then It has a side pocket, and in the side pocket, this is kind of funny. I didn't see where they sent me a little manual just for her. But this is for the pickup, or for the lights, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is for the lights. And unfortunately, that cord is too short to be able to reach most sockets and let me play. So I'm going to get a little extension cord, which is also nice because that extension cord will allow me to move further out, but I like the ones with the strips that give you protection in case of surges. So I don't want something to, surge through. And next on my list to get will be a small amplifier. But I also purchased it's KORG cord, and this is an electronic tuner that I can take with me. Takes two AAA batteries, that kind of a thing. So that'll be a nice thing to have with me all the time. And then, so that goes in my little side pocket. I bought that extra, and they do have them for sale there. You can, of course, buy them other places, just so that you're aware. And I did buy an extra set of strings because this is new to me, and I'm absolutely positive I will break something, some string. So I bought that. And then they sent me their catalog, which I'm really glad to have. But here is Music Makers, and there's the people of Music Makers. And do you see, let me go this way, the green harp at the bottom? That's another vivid color Sonnet lap harp. And that is Jacob, the luthier, who made my harp. So it was really nice to get that. And then they sent me, this is what I didn't see. It had stuck inside the manila envelope that came with my harp. And I saw the brochure and I saw the invoice. What I didn't see was I have my very own little how-to Sonnet harp brochure. And this is pretty spectacular because I had luckily been online and seen I needed to tune the first couple weeks, but it touches and it tells me getting to know my harp. It has pictures of what all these different things are, and it explains the differences between piano keys and strings, and then it goes on how to care for my harp. And the thing that surprised me was that I could use, what did they tell me? Old English furniture cleaner. Like, I was like, wow, that's a kind of a cool polish and pretty common, and I probably have some in my house. So that's what would clean it. It is all wood, by the way, except for the eyelets and the strings and the pins and levers, and those are all little tiny parts. But it is all really gorgeous wood. And the pillar here, I think you can see her, is curly maple. And then up here, just so you can see the size, this is the rose that's made out of the mother of pearl, and she's about the size of half of my length of my thumb, so it's kind of a, wild. But it tells you, other than how to replace your strings, it gives you a link to go for detailed instruction and buzzing strings. And then the thing that's really amazing is if you have to replace your strings, it gives you, oops, I'm sorry, this mirror effect is killing me. It gives you the string chart for going in and ordering your strings at any old music store, or you can order them online from them. And so it's pretty specific to this harp, and I love that. And I really appreciate that they sent this to me because I think I would have had a lot of questions without it, but I feel like I can go back and refer to it. This particular finish is called Tiger Eye Bronze, with a little bit of a caveat. I do not like the color orange, but I love the color copper. And so I had him go more toward the brown tone than the orange tone for me. And so yours would not look exactly like this because they would work with you on what it is you want. So I'm just so excited to share her with you and to share this dream coming true. I just never believed that I would have it, and I feel so blessed an amazing. So what I'm going to do then is set her down next to me, um, and then I'll just answer any questions you have and finish out that way, and invite you over to my website at angelabreidenbach.com/harp-naming-contest, or just go to angelabreidenbach.com and find my blog, and you'll find it. And it's ANGELABREID as in David, EN as in Nancy, B as in boy, ACH, like the composer Bach, Angela Breidenbach. And so that way you can join it. Today is April 23rd, 2020, and I just feel like hugging her. And the contest will close at midnight on April 30th, and I think it'll probably be midnight Pacific. Let's go that, so everybody has a chance to enter. And if you are international, I'll have you send me your email privately, and we'll visit about how to get a copy of a book to you. I don't think that'll be too much of a problem. We'll work it out. But the copy of the book that I am going to be giving away is going to be Mail Order Standoff from Barber Books, and it is a really lovely set of stories. So I hope you'll enjoy that. And then of course, the 3 different chats. I don't know, author chats, harpist chats. If you're a harpist, you can call me and tell me all about it. So those are the kinds of things that we're going to do. So angelabreidenbach.com to join a contest. I'll post up. And so if I'm going down, I need to raise my thumb, and it goes over, in. See, I just hold too hard so far. I'll figure this out. All right, so I'm going to put her right beside me. I hope you'll be able to see her, because I am going to move the computer a lot closer so I can read anything that you guys want to say. So here comes the Airbnb table. And we'll turn a little bit this way. All right. So if anybody has any questions, and if not, that's okay. Thanks, Tim. I see. He says, awesome story. I really appreciate it. What questions do you have, or thoughts? What dreams do you have that you want to achieve, and what are you doing to get them? While I'm waiting for people to answer, one of the things that I've been doing here, which has been kind of fun and different, is taking a lot of walks, because you're allowed to walk outside here. And I have been working out regularly, and I have been watching my weight, which is really nice. But rather than just watch it go up, I've been doing those workouts and eating healthy. And the other thing that I really love about this time, whether somebody mandates it or not, is that I have the opportunity to focus on what do I want my daily life to look like in the future. And from here going forward, I want to take better care of me. I want to better manage my time. And I mean, I'm always overloaded. I'm always way too busy. And that's ridiculous. I don't think that's the way life should be. So I've been using this time in quarantine to dream, watch a lot of harp lessons online. And now that I have her in person, I've started doing those too. And I've been looking at not just who do I want to be, but what do I want to be doing into the future. And I think that lowering my, there's like the different hormones in your body that show that you're under a lot of stress or whatever. And that's that overbusy lifestyle. And so I've been systematically lowering my need to be overbusy, I suppose. I've been systematically going through what it is I want to achieve and what do I want my daily life to look like. And so those kinds of things have been really kind of fun. And I have turned off my alarm most of the days this last couple of weeks while I've been in Austin. And that's been a little hysterical because I wake up naturally. So I'm trying going to bedtime to try to sleep longer because I don't sleep a lot. And I sleep like 5, 6 hours a night. So I've been working on getting 7 hours a night. And my family is laughing at me because it's just not what they've seen. But I'm trying to do that differently to lower, oh, that's what the hormone is, the cortisol, the stress hormone in your body. And one of the reasons that I've been really interested in the harp too, and I learned this from another harpist, is that the vibration in a harp, there is something really just really primal about it. And people who use the harp for therapy have noticed their health improves, but also the people, they will get there's a kind of harp that is just flat, and you can play it. And in fact, music makers make it. I'll show you a couple of them. This right here, this purple one, that is also a therapy harp. And you can put that on the person's, if they can take weight, right, on their body. You can put that on their body, and the vibrations in the body actually help you heal. There's something just attuned deep within you. And they have noticed people getting well faster with that. So I would love to be a part of that in somebody's life. And if, this one is, probably closer to 10 pounds. So you would want somebody who would be able to sit up or stand up. And there's a lot of people, maybe they're going through cancer or something like that, that this kind of a harp would be really special for, especially when they're trying to get through hard times, because you don't necessarily have to play it exactly perfect. You could play it, you don't necessarily want to if you're doing it for performance, but you could play it with a guitar pick if somebody's fingers are weak, just so that the person has the opportunity to hear the sound. And it wouldn't hurt the strings on your harp because these are nylon. That's something else to learn about her. There's like 3 different kinds of strings. And so there's gut strings, and those break fast, and particularly they are susceptible to things like humidity or dryness. And I'm really glad that, because there's just too much with travel. You can't always control things like that around you. So anyway, thank you all for tuning. And if you want to email me or message me or something like that, I'll be happy to also answer that. And you can message me right here on Facebook, or you can email me at angela@angelabreidenbach.com, and that should come right into my inbox. And if you want to find me online anywhere in social media, you can find me at Ange Breidenbach, ANGBREIDENBACH. And I'm going to load this video also onto my YouTube channel, and I will leave it up here, and I'll put a link of it over onto my blog post for the harp naming contest, so that you can invite friends to take part if you want to as well. And you can watch as much or as little as you want. And then after I'm done here, I'm going to do a real quick video for a special library in Montana. And if you want to visit their page, not just for video from me, but for videos from a lot of local Montana authors. They are the North Valley Public Library, and they're in Stevensville, Montana. So they're about half hour from where I normally live, but they're a pretty cool library. They're very, very community involved. It's a small town, Stevensville, and we in Montana call it Stevi. But the North Valley Public Library is having special 30 to 90-second videos right now from authors. And so I'm going to do one, and I'm going to go over and take a peek at what it is that they have going up, and then I'm going to do another one today. Probably just sharing, how does an author research? Well, this harp is actually going into a book, and it's also going into the drama TV show that I'm writing. It's already in it. And now, going forward, I'll be able to add some more episodes with some more hands-on true knowledge, which is really cool. Not just the dream, but the reality. So my character is going to be learning a lot about harps. So that's really, really fun. But as the writer of it, it's a blast to be able to do hands-on research with it. So anyway, thank you so much for coming and being with me. Thank you for joining me, our new little lady. And please send me your name ideas at angelabreidenbach.com over on my blog so that I can pick the perfect name for her. And if you needed her dimensions, or her vital statistics, as they would say in the UK, she's 34 inches tall. She is 13 inches wide at the base, and I believe she is 24 inches from the neck to the pillar. So that's why she fits in a car, and she's just so gorgeous. I can't believe I have a harp. I can't believe I have a harp. This is so exciting. And I hope that, say, a year from now, I can at least play something decent for you. I might post every month or two and let you see my progress. Let's pray there's some good progress. All right. Thanks all. See you later.